Taiwan has failed to oust pro-CCP lawmakers from its parliament, and maybe Trump isn't so tough on China after all. Then more on this week's China News Headlines. Welcome to China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. You know what really gets people in the baby-making mood? Money! China has unveiled child care subsidies in a push to boost fertility. On Monday, the central government rolled out an annual cash handout per child of a sweet, whopping, life-altering $502 until the age of 3. Which doesn't sound like a lot of money, but hey, 600 million people in China make less than $145 a month. China's been trying for years now to find a way to boost its falling birth rate, which is partially thanks to 35 years of its disastrous one-child policy. Who would have thought that forcing people to have fewer babies would lead to people having fewer babies? The policy ended in 2015, but China's slowing economy and a rising cost of living, including childcare, has basically rendered the newer 2- and then 3-child policies pretty moot. The Chinese Communist Party is desperate because its population keeps aging and declining, which will make the economy even worse as time goes on. But adding people has to be tough for the CCP since, historically, communists are only good at getting rid of people. Local governments in China have already been handing out child care subsidies of varying amounts, but according to Xinhua, these cash payments will be handled by the central government instead. Some analysts are skeptical this will work, including Professor Emma Zhang at Yale University. She said, without sustained structural investment in areas like affordable childcare, parental leave, and job protections for women, the effect on fertility is likely to remain minimal. But dear viewer, I too want you to have vast sums of wealth and many children. That's why I'm teaming up with Noble Gold. After more than a decade of gold companies reaching out to me, Noble Gold is the only gold company I felt was honest. And they're the only one I'm going to recommend to you. You don't have to buy gold, but you owe it to yourself to learn about gold as an investment strategy. That's why I'm offering a free gold and silver investment guide. And if you do choose to make a qualified investment in the next 90 days, you'll also get a free 10th ounce gold coin. Go to ChinaUncensoredGold.com or click the link below. Taiwan is having a bad time. An effort to oust China-friendly lawmakers from office in Taiwan has failed. The recall campaign was one of President William Lai's measures to crack down on the CCP's influence, sabotage, and espionage campaign on the island, especially given Beijing's increasingly aggressive rhetoric and seemingly endless military drills. It targeted legislators from the opposition KMT party who were seen as undermining Lai's effort and being friendly to China. But all 24 ended up still in office. The problem is all these people were elected in 2024. So the people in their districts that already voted for them once, just a year ago, have not suddenly changed their minds. In a few weeks, there will be a second round of recall petitions targeting 7 more opposition legislators, but with the failure of this round, it doesn't seem like Lai's party, the DPP, will be able to break the KMT's majority in the legislature. Professor Albert Chiu of Tsinghua University says this means that Lai's anti-China angle is losing traction and that anti-communist China narratives need to be more targeted and patient. What's there to say? Don't invade us? Pretty please? Sprinkles on top? And in another stinging loss for Taiwan, the Trump administration blocked President Lai's planned stopover in New York after China intervened, which I'm sure has nothing whatsoever to do with the sensitive trade talks between Washington and the Chinese Communist Party, which will surely be a rousing success, as all talks with China are, since they're so transparent and trustworthy. Sorry, some sarcasm got stuck in my throat. President Lai planned on potentially stopping in Dallas and New York City on his way to visit some countries that recognize Taiwan, including Paraguay, Guatemala, and Belize. But the U.S. told him that he can't visit New York, and on Monday his office said that he isn't going on the trip after all due to typhoon recovery efforts and U.S. trade talks. Hopefully this is only a delayed trip instead of an outright cancellation, because